So this is our next Chat Byte on breakups.
Yeah, we missed a week because, as you guys know, last week was absolutely crazy. We had a snowstorm come through. We were stuck inside taking cup baths like prisoners of war. It was great. Playing games. It was awesome.
We had perfect, all right water, but like we don't have Wi-Fi regularly, but on Monday through Wednesday, our cell tower service just went completely out. It's like Laura and I were just like playing Scrabble and Guess Who and stuff.
Well, that's crazy. I'm sure that put a strain on your guys' relationship. Anyway, speaking of that, I'm just kidding, of course. You guys are, Laura, you're an angel, Jonah as well. This week we're talking about breakups.
An angel.
Yes, of course. This week's Chat Byte is going to be on breakups, kind of what to do, how to know when things are probably going to need to end in your relationship for the better.
And also when those things happen, how to make them end well.
For sure, for sure. Nothing like a cup bath and a breakup to really just douse the spirit. Anyways, it's going to be fun, so check it out.
Also, stick around after. We will be talking a little bit about it. What's up, SCS? This is now Chat Byte's Breakups. This is actually the last of the month, right?
That's the last of the month. That's all for dating for now.
So, yeah, next week I think we're talking about identity.
Yes, we are.
Anyways, back on topic. I'm Jonah. I'm the high school pastor.
I'm Blake. I'm the middle school pastor.
So if you want to find all the rest of the videos that we've done, you can go to YouTube. We are on the Simple Church Students channel. You can check it out. I think we've talked a lot about dating, and there is a lot of cool content in there.
Oh, yeah. We've got 4 episodes up there right now. That's 1 full episode and 3 Chat Bytes. So go check it out. And hit that bell. Subscribe.
So we've covered a lot in February. We've covered pickups. We've covered makeups. But sometimes things end. So now I think we're going to, it's down about time for us to talk about breakups.
For the end of the month, it's time to talk about the end of a relationship.
And, you know, that's always not the most fun thing to talk about, but we're going to talk about it in more of a lighthearted way, I think.
Yeah, we are.
Anyway, things might get messy, but we're going to talk about how to get through them.
These things can happen with dating. If you accept the opportunity to date, you accept the risk of breaking up. That's just a part of it.
Almost every relationship you will ever be in will end in a breakup.
Well, that is a real holly jolly way to start.
Unless you believe in multiple spouses. But anyway, that's not right.
But polygamy is a different podcast. Am I right?
I hope not.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see where the message series goes this month. Anyways, breakups are messy. They hurt, but sometimes they happen, and we need to tell you how to get over them. You need to learn.
So, to start out fun, let's talk about our favorite breakup hacks.
Ooh.
So, what you got?
Some classics, obviously. Sweatpants, hey, candles, holla, ice cream, all the way, please. Ben & Jerry's, get that cookie dough core. You had that? Oh, my goodness.
You think he's joking, but I really want to pause and say he is a candle man. Like, no joke. Like, there's, like, Amber's office on my right, and it always smells amazing. But then you walk into Blake's office, and, like, you just walked into a Bath and Body Works. Okay, whatever those places called. They have candles there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking Yankee Candle, but same page.
Yeah, Yankee. I don't walk in there. I'm sorry. I don't also walk into Bath and Body Works very often.
I used to when I was a kid. I loved candles so much. I would walk. This was at the boardwalk when we lived here before. Mm-hmm. I would walk into Yankee Candle, and I would smell candles till I got migraines. That's probably why I get them now. But you know what? Sometimes you got to hurt yourself.
High. That is a Karen high right there.
Hey, man.
Anyway, so for our breakup hack, I think mine is getting outside. Like, I'm an extrovert, huge extrovert. And so if I'm alone, I will be so sad. Like, you ever seen those, is it Pablo Escobar, that the memes with the guy, like, just staring off in the distance all sad? Like, that is me when I'm alone, so I hate it. And so, like, getting outside is at least doing something outside the house. That is a huge breakup hack, just to get out there and just breathe some fresh air.
And honestly, you can never take away the power of the UFC. Get it out. Get your anger out. Just watch grown men beat each other till they're sweaty. That's how you handle a breakup. Anyways, bottom line, as the famous philosopher Dory once said, keep on swimming. That's it, my babies.
That's fair. Get through it.
Keep on swimming.
So,
all right.
Keep on swimming. So how do you make a breakup better? Like, what can you do before a breakup? Like, because a lot of them end, it's a lot of high school and middle school relationships, let's be honest, they're just train wrecks. Mm-hmm. Like, it is not pretty. It is not fun.
I think the only couple of ones I had in middle school and high school, I don't even hardly count them because they were so all over the place. Because the bottom line, you were about to make a homeschool joke. I saw it in your
I thought about it. I didn't know. I held my tongue.
But the bottom line is healthy relationships make better breakups. And that sounds counterintuitive, but if there's open communication throughout the whole thing, and if you both know where each other are emotionally, then A, you'll be able to probably stay away from the whole breakups area things. But B, if that comes to, fruition and that happens, it'll be cleaner.
Yeah, I think one of the big points is just like so many middle school and high school relationships. It is basically like worship all the time. Like you've known, if it's not been in your life, then you can turn a blind eye to that. But your friends at school who are like, all of a sudden they started dating and they went from 0 to 60. And like all of a sudden, like it's a relationship for 2 months and then they break up and they're like, Romeo and Juliet. They're like, what am I going to do without you? Like, this is the worst ever. And so if you take your time and if you pace yourself and you don't worship that person, I think we talked about a couple weeks back, starting a relationship.
Yeah.
You're ready. If you are trying to find someone to complete you, you're not ready. And so if you're putting that person in a place they're not meant to be, it's going to be ugly.
Well, like we kind of talked about in the first episode with my girlfriend and your wife, it's important because really your wife, who was your fiance, who was your girlfriend, was once your best friend. And so rather than looking for a girlfriend, look for a friend that grows with you and somebody who, because really that's what it is it's a person that you hang out with and then they become your best friend. Me and Hannah became EBs. That's exclusive buddies. That means, it's stupid, but it was our thing and I love it.
It's fun.
But that was our first step, is because we started hanging out. We realized that we only liked hanging out with each other, and then that's kind of where we started taking it towards dating, and now we've been dating for 7 months.
But you also have other friends.
Yeah,
though,
of course.
At the same time, that's always important as well.
Because that's another thing that become unhealthy, because it puts so much pressure on both parties. Because if you have only her, and she has a bunch of friends, then you're only going to want to hang out with her, and she's never going to be able to hang out with her friends, or vice versa. Or whatever. So it's definitely a balancing act.
It's really hard whenever you have a full relationship and then you end it and you find out, oops, apparently I stopped hanging out with any of my friends and now I don't think I have any. And so you made that person your only friend, and so that's why it's so important to have friends during a relationship.
So Jonah, let me ask you, when it comes time that it looks like a breakup is on its way, do you fight it or flight from it?
So I think for this, it's really you have to figure that out yourself. Because if it's a relationship where where you're like, this is a good relationship and someone just did something stupid and you need to get through that. We talked about that in makeups. It's worth fighting for. But if it's not a healthy relationship, it is not making y'all both better, then man, ditch. You need
I think
to get
there
out.
are definitely times for both.
Yeah.
I don't know because if it's an unhealthy relationship, you should definitely not be a part of it, because that can be detrimental not only to both people, but you going forward, and it can hurt you in other relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't want to just delay the inevitable if you know it's not. And so a lot of people, I think one of the worst mistakes you have is it's not really just fight or flight, but in the middle, what I am is a freezer. I will freeze. I don't run. I don't go forward. I just freeze. And you see a lot of people do that because they're like, man, I know it probably needs to end, and I don't really want it to keep going, but I'm scared, and so you stay, and it just is not in a healthy spot if you
that just
freeze.
Builds on what's going to come,
and it will it's like a ticking time bomb. You're just adding gunpowder to it. Not great. So getting through, because sometimes when you do have to choose to get out of a relationship, how do you get through it?
Well, something that's been hard for me in the past is like what you're saying, is getting through an eventual breakup. And I think that the way that eventually helped me out, that I didn't jump to it in the first place, that I was really kind of reluctant to pursue, is being honest with close friends and people that'll be with you through it. And you're not going to be making sense a lot of the time because you're still processing, and you need to verbally process. Because if you go through a breakup and you just let all of your thoughts weigh down on you and just keep piling up and just getting heavier and heavier, that's going to drive you crazy. And it's weird because you don't want to admit to your failures, and you don't want to kind of own up to why things happen. And it feels like a failure, right? It feels like a personal
hurt.
Yeah. But if you have the friends that are willing to stick it out with you and ride it out with you and focus on the things that you've learned from it, the person that you are because of it, and help you get through to the other side, then that is the best thing that you can hope for, is loyal friends.
Yeah, you don't want to go through it alone at all.
No.
I think one of the biggest tips right there is just don't, and I am speaking to every one student that we ever interact with, don't bounce. Don't just go and find a new boyfriend or girlfriend.
Rebound.
Do not rebound. That is the worst thing you can do, because now you're not just hurting yourself. You found like a temporary fix, and then odds are you're just going to hurt that other person because you entered into that relationship way too quick.
For sure, because you're entering a new relationship and your whole mindset is still on the person that you just left. So how can you treat this person with the respect that they deserve, especially if they're coming at this from a fresh, God forbid, like this is their first relationship, because then you're kind of spoiling the whole dating experience for them.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Take some time. If you find that right person, if it's the right person, they'll wait for you, all right? You don't have to rush into that relationship anyway. So
breakups are kind of nasty, but they don't always necessarily have to be. And a lot of times, the best learning opportunities as you're growing up, in middle school, in high school, depending on your life trajectory, they can be the things that you grow from the most.
Absolutely. It may be hard, but that could build your muscle. I don't know, relational muscle. You can learn from it. You can grow from it. So if you are going through a breakup, I think the really important thing to know is that we
love you.
We love you.
We love you. You don't have to go through it alone. Come on.
We're here for you as well. So give us a call. If you want to talk about nothing, we are there.
We can talk about nothing so much longer than you're ready to talk about nothing.
You've heard us talk about nothing a whole lot recently.
Watch WandaVision. Come talk to us. If you need help, holla.
Mandalorian's so much better. But anyway, we'll talk about that later.
That's another podcast.
All right. Thanks for watching. Our comment challenge for this week.
Yes. Feeling foods. These are the foods that once you're going through a breakup, these are the foods that you lean on the most. For me, it would be ice cream. It would be microwave taquitos. Have you indulged in the microwave taquitos? Haven't?
I ate Hot Pockets and got really sick one time. I can't do those foods.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I get
the Haglers at their
poisoning.
house have like a 64-pack of Hot Pockets that I bought and that only I eat. So.
Ooh. Oh, no, they were pizza rolls. That's what it was. Ooh.
What flavor Hot Pockets? This is an important question.
I don't know. There were different flavors.
Are you serious?
This will be a new video later, I think.
Anyways, Hot Pockets episode is coming soon, so hit the bell to subscribe. You'll know.
Right after the polygamy episode from last week.
The Polygamy and Hot Pockets is the name of my autobiography. Watch out for Barnes & Noble and all the Lifeway is coming soon at Lifeway. Polygamy and Hot Pockets. Ooh. Anyways, the comments challenge, as we barely touched on, feeling foods. If you've gone through a breakup, or if you're just feeling sad and you need to eat your way out of a bad time.
Eat your heart out.
Feeling foods. So we want to know yours.
What is your favorite? Anyway, I sounded so country right there. But anyway,
favorite?
Also, if you want to check out the rest of our dating series, you can find it on the Simple Church Students YouTube page. Or check out our Instagram. We're certainly posting that there as well.
Absolutely.
All right.
And stay tuned. Next week is going to mark the first week of March, and we're starting a new series. The first episode will be on identity, so look out for that. It's going to be great.
We're going to talk about who you are and what makes you you. So a lot of that may be shifting, but it's going to be really cool. All right, because this was such a heavy topic, I think we should end with our regular challenge of...
We talked about breakups. We've had our tissues here this whole time in case we got misty-eyed.
And so
the challenge begins. What is our challenge this week, Jonah?
I think they call it hanky-panky, but I think that is so stupid. But anyway, You have to take every single tissue out of this box. First person to get it all the way out wins. You cannot grab handfuls. You must grab individual. Ready?
All right. Wait.
We haven't done these. We have not done well on these so far.
Ready?
All right,
we suck at podcast.
Go.
All right, I'm sad. Yeah. Watch your ears, headphone users.
I'm going to wait for him to figure out that he has actually a lot more in there, and it just missed a little bit.
Oh, no! No!
Empty!
No! Dang it! It was flat.
Yes!
I was like, wow, you suck at this.
All right.
My God.
Until next time.
Peace.
Man, Blake, aren't breakups so much fun?
Oh, they're the greatest. No, they're actually pretty terrible. But sometimes they do happen, so it's important to talk about.
Yes, and we're already said it, but we're here for you. If it's a breakup, or honestly, if it's anything going on in life, let us know. We're there.
Absolutely. We love to talk about these things. Also, speaking of that, next week, if you enjoyed this one, tune in as we join a special guest intern speaker. We've got 3 awesome interns, and it's going to be one of them. So tune in.
Special.
We're gonna talk about identity. Conversation. It's going to be great.
Yes, tune in next week as well. We'll be having a big announcement for what's going on this summer.
One of the biggest we're going to make all year, so you're not going to want to miss it.
All right. Until next time.
Peace.